One of the taglines that we put together for IBuumerang is #JustDifferent. What makes it different is, number one, our philosophy. I've been in the network marketing industry since 1990. And that's almost 30 years as we're doing this video, 29 years we're doing this video. And I started off and I had the lowest lows, never making more than $500 a month my first 7 years, building a team of 49 people. After 7 years, not all 49 are active, averaging $70 a month in income. So I had a lot of experience on how not to make money in network marketing, all right? As a matter of fact, you couldn't, outbroke me in network marketing my first 7 years. It was very difficult. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we learned a lot of things and put a lot of things into play, and we had a great team that we built that allowed us to earn the extreme amounts of income and set some records in the industry. So everything in between we saw. And you only hear about the top 3%, top 5% who make it. You don't hear about the ones that gave up. You don't hear about the ones who got discouraged. You don't hear about the thousands, or really in the industry, you don't hear about the millions that are what I call buried in the MLM cemeteries. And during my time, my sponsor and upline would always tell me the same thing that their sponsor told them, and that was, when the business wasn't working, here's a book, here's an audio, go sponsor more people. And basically I internalized that as, something's wrong with me. I'm not good enough. And I looked at it and said that the industry of network marketing, even in its attempt to improve the self-images of people around the world, I believe it's damaged just as many. And people feel less than because the people aren't broken. The companies are. This industry's been broken. And so from somebody who's seen it from both spectrums, I took a complete look at everything that was going on, and I said, I want to change that. I want it to be my legacy to fix the industry. And I look at it as network marketing has been in the taxi cab industry for so long, and we thrive on what's called duplication, which eliminates the possibility or the encouragement of the distributor to think. And we just do. And what we've been doing is repeating the same thing that's existed over the last 60 years. And I said, let's take it out of the taxi cab industry and let's take network marketing into the Uber industry. The people are perfect, the industry is broken, and we're going to do things different. We're going to fix the industry, and that's why we're just different. Here's what's different. The network marketing industry says, flaunt your wealth or your check. Go out with your first big check and buy a Mercedes and buy this and go get a nice house. And what I've seen over the last 29 years is people get into huge sums of debt. And I've seen people who get up to higher income levels and they're miserable making more money than when they actually got started. Their taxes aren't paid. They're behind on certain things that are very important to them because they spend so much money trying to build a lifestyle to attract people. And they don't understand that recruiting doesn't always continue up. We're opposite. We're just different. We have a good philosophy. We want people to live modestly. I'd rather see you own a Honda than to have payments, on a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW that you're struggling, to take care of. I'd rather see your kids' college taken care of if your kids are going to go to college than you live in a house trying to impress people and you don't even have furniture in it. Or maybe your furniture is rented. And so we have a lot of different philosophies in network marketing that make us just different. We don't encourage, our ambassadors to go out and sell products or sell things. Why? 60 plus years, every room that I've been in, you ask how many of you love to sell, 3% of the hands are going to go up, and I believe about 1 to 2% of that 3% are not telling the truth. They're trying to impress the speaker. We don't encourage our ambassadors to follow up with their customers. Why? Because ambassadors and distributors in this industry, we do a horrible job at following up. We hype, we oversell, and we underdeliver, and we overpromise all the time. At iBoomerang, we don't want that. We're just different. And with those things amongst a myriad of different philosophies, what we want to do is fix the industry. The people are perfect. The industry's been broken until iBoomerang came.
Hello. My name is Ronell Sylvester. I'm an Emerald Ambassador with iBoomerang. And I want to say good day or good morning or good evening, depending on where in the world you are right now. Well, guys, you just heard from our CEO of iBoomerang, Mr. Holton Buggs. And when I tell you guys, this company is phenomenal. It is the best thing I've seen. See, I know you're wondering, hey, I've never heard of iBoomerang. Well, guys, you hadn't heard of Google until it became popular, right? You hadn't heard of Yahoo until people became to know it. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that, but let me first tell you a little bit about me. Okay, again, I am Ronell Sylvester, and just like you, right, I was taught to go to school, right, get a good education, right, and get a good job, right? I did all of those things very successfully, right? But then I got into the employment world. I got into a corporate job. Guys, I worked fearlessly for 10 years, never called in sick, no late, perfect attendance, right? And then one day I got hurt, all right? And that one day I got hurt, that was the day that changed my life because I was off. I wasn't off just one day, right? I was off more than 2 days, and then it became 3 days. And I called my supervisor, and he said, "Hey, are you okay? Because you've never called in sick. Are you sure everything's okay?" I said, "Well," I said, "I think I really banged myself up this time. It's not healing the same." He said, "Wait a minute, bang yourself up? Did you get hurt on the job?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, did you call your workman's comp? Did you call Cedric Claims?" I said, "No, I don't know who Cedric Claims is." And when he gave me the number and said, "Hey, you got to call Cedric Claims because whenever you're hurt on the job, that's who you call." And I said, "Okay." So I called Cedric Claims. And for people that don't know who Cedric Claims is, in the US, we have them who handle Cedric Claims, like an insurance company that handles all workman comp's claims, right? Their job is to make you kind of pressure you back to work with different formats and make you feel really bad about being off. And so they did just that. Matter of fact, the one method they used, they stopped my income for 2 months. And me being the major provider of income in my home, 2 months is a problem because, most people are living month to month, heck, week to week, all right, in most cases. So if you stop someone's income for 2 months, that can have a significant impact on their lives. And it happened because in my house, I was the major provider of income. And 2 months stopping income in my home was a terrible, terrible thing, right? But that was my aha moment. Everyone has a moment when they wake up, and that was the moment I woke up. That was the moment I said, never again would I let someone control my finances because I found out to them I was just a number, just like everyone else that's working for a major corporation. So, I went and got my attorney, got my funds, but I also changed my direction. I jumped into the real estate industry. I bought a few properties, right? Quite a few. I became the landlord, guys. I was successful in creating another stream of income. But there was one problem about being a landlord. I bought those properties at probably the worst time you could in America. I bought it during recession. All right. Recession, for those that don't know, that's when people really didn't have a lot of money. Jobs was going away. So, normally I was the great landlord. I was the one that come to the door. Everyone loved and knew I was going to bring some good tidings. I was going to fix something and help them out with something. Now I'm knocking on the door. And then all I hear is feet. And I just said, he's here. And I'm like, I hear you in there. Yes, I'm here. But not realizing that they did not have their rent money. Because guys, what you got to understand, back when things happen, right? The first thing people stop paying is the biggest bill. Don't ask me why. I don't know why you would not want to pay your rent. And that's what they stopped paying. They stopped paying the rent. So now I'm doing evictions, guys. I'm instead of me helping people and doing the things I love to do, now I'm doing evictions. I'm putting people out. I'm garnishing wages. It was such a place I did not want to be. But what I tell you, someone called me, just like someone shared this link with you or shared this presentation with you, right? And said, I want you to take a look at this, right? And it was someone I trusted, all right? It was an online business, all right? I said, is this something that you're doing? They said, yes. I said, I'll do it. They said, but you don't know anything about it. I said, I know that you do it and I trust you. And they said, I really want you to take a look at it. I said, okay. So I jumped in, got rid of all those rental properties. And I'm not a tax professional in the US, right? But what I can tell you, what happened to me, I earned more income I did from that business I bought in the last quarter of the year than I had from the rental properties I paid for all year long. So from that point, I was sold. And that brings me forward 13 plus years to IBuumerang. And you heard from the CEO, Mr. Holden Buggs. It's time for a change. It's time for things to go different. And I know we talked about the word IBuumerang. Well, guys, in the center of that name, you see, in the core of it, you see boomerang. Guys, what do a boomerang do? You throw a boomerang, and what does it do? It comes back to you, right? What IBuumerang means is we throw out the goodwill and the good blessings come back to you, right? See, iBoomerang is all about giving. All right. So when Mr. Holdenbug and Erling Buggs thought of this company, this is what it was all about, right? iBoomerang giving out the goodwill. Not only that, every time iBoomerang earns income or earns customers, guess what happened? They throw out the goodwill to our Boom Foundation, guys. We have a nonprofit where we feed malnourished children around the globe, right? Last year in 2019, we fed over 4.4 million of them. But guys, let me talk a little bit more about iBoomerang. But first, I want to give you a disclaimer, right? And in iBoomerang, we cannot and will not make guarantees on what you can do. Although iBoomerang offers all different kinds of plans and rewards, and you'll see some of these things in our presentation. But what we got to tell you is that it all depends on your effort. You take one step, we take two. And not all things will turn out the same because it's based on the work that you're willing to do. Simply put, what you put in, you get out, right? The boomerang effect. See, what our CEO has decided is it's time for you to take control. It's time for you to earn more money. It's time for you to start a home-based business. See, our mission is to provide an opportunity where you can have a business without having to sell all the time. The thing that people fear most is selling. And we're going to offer you a 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices because we take you from the outdated business model where we're going to show you our technology where it changes the whole way things are done. All right. The old system of network marketing, you buy things, you buy them at a low price, but you got to sell them at a high price in order for everyone to make money. All right. That's the way things used to be done. But customers don't want to pay more. Guys, you ask a person, you ask 100 people, I can guarantee you 98.9 of them say, I don't want to pay more. I want to pay less, right? See, our system is designed where we can help customers earn money when people save. See, we have the best in technology where we're doing things just different, right? And in iBoomerang, we're going to show you how this system can work in your favor. For the average person, that it's not a big recruiter, right? See, what I want to talk about is our history and our leadership. And you heard Mr. Buggs, and in 1990, he told you The first 7 years of his career, no one outbroke him, right? He definitely has experienced all the lows in the industry. But guys, what he did, he developed a system, all right? He developed a system that changed all of that. In that system, in the next 10 years, he earned over $100 million in one company with one site, right? Selling a product that he didn't even drink. See, he achieved record-breaking sales. And the biggest thing, remember, people tell you, it's not about what you do, but the people you help along the way. See, the people around him all trusted in his vision and his way, things the way he wanted to do. So Mr. Bugs supported over 45 people with the same system to earn over $1 million. See, what I can tell you is, it's not about the product, guys. It's never about the product. It's about the people you surround yourself with. It's about the leadership. See, I studied this leadership back 13 years ago when I told you I started in the industry, right, online. I studied Mr. Holden Bugs because him and his leadership team were doing the same project that I started in. See, he created a system. It had nothing to do with the product. All right. They had already maxed out the comp plan of the system that the company that I was in. I had just came in. So what he told his guys is this system can do a lot more, right? I got to put us in a system where we can go change everyone's future. We can create a bigger stream of income. So as I was coming in, he was shifting this leadership team to another system. But I studied what he was doing. I've watched Mr. Bugs, right? I studied the things that he was doing with that system. And remnants of the system was in the company that I was in, and it helped me build my business, but I didn't have all the pieces. So I studied Mr. Bugs because I knew that if I could learn the things he knew, I could actually help the people that he's helped. I could help the people in my circle the way he helped his, because I knew he was a man that put his pants leg on one at a time, no different than me, right? So he took the system to his business, and he accomplished all those record-breaking sales. And I said, if I ever got a chance to work with him, I would take that shot, because I couldn't do it now because he was doing something totally different than what I was doing. Then forward, 13 years into the future, right? Mr. Holden Bugs, right? Our CEO of the company that I was in, and I'll never forget the day. It was 2018, the first Monday after Thanksgiving. Our CEO flew his leadership into Vegas, put us in a hotel at the Rio. He had his room, and then he had a business meeting that evening. He invited us to his office space, which was a very big room with an upper level and everything in the Rio, right? And that CEO invited us over and said, hey guys, I invited you out here last minute like this because I feel that we've reached our lid, right? And I've been talking with a gentleman that's willing to take us higher than we are right now. But we don't have to do this. This is totally up to you. If you want to do this, I will invite this gentleman down. We said, we trust you, let's do it. So he said, guest, will you come down? And the person that came down those stairs was Mr. Holden Bugs. I said, yes. I said, I finally get to work with Mr. Holden Bugs. I said, I don't care if we're selling Kool-Aid, right? I'm going to do what he tells us to do. And he came down the stairs. He said, hey, guys. He said, I'm not sure if you're willing to work with me, but if you are, I will take you guys further than you ever have been in this industry, right? He said, I'm not sure what it is we'll be doing 4 to 5 months from now, but whatever it is, we'll be the best at it, right? 4 or 5 months from then, March 2019, IBuumerang was founded. And he kept his word, because in 2019, IBuumerang was the #1 fastest growing company out of the top 500. #1 in momentum right now, right? #1 out of the top one out of the top 5 businesses you should get involved in right now during during COVID, right? But then it wasn't just him that accomplished those things. Remember, I said it's about the people you surround yourself with. So he went and grabbed his best friend, who's rolled with him from day one, Mr. Edwin Hayne. He's the top ambassador in iBoomerang. He's earned over $1 million in the first 6 months of iBoomerang. He's our global master ambassador, right? A very high sellout author on Amazon.com, right? And on Amazon, his book is called You Have Permission to Succeed. He's a highly established business professional in the Houston area, owns multiple businesses, one of which he owns a technology company for the energy company in Houston, right? He's a former record exec, all right? And he's earned over $1 million in that first system that Mr. Holden Buzz created. And then he went out and grabbed Mr. Terrence Gray, right? He's our VP he's our VP, right, of iBoomerang, right? So what he went and did, he went and grabbed these people because he knew the things that Mr. Terrence Gray could do. He had earned over $1 million in our company. And then he went and grabbed Mr. Mark Kithart, the VP of marketing of iBoomerang, right? He's done very successful in establishing the brands of multiple companies. And he earned over $1 million in the same system. And everything you touch, see, and feel about iBoomerang has come through the vision of Mr. Mark Kithart. And then he went and grabbed the director of travel, Mrs. Lori Spears. Everyone knows her in the industry, very well documented, right? She sits on the board with CLIA that reports to Congress, the U.S. Congress, on behalf of all travel agencies. Not only that, he went and grabbed Mr. CEO of Extreme Travel, Mr. David Manning, 23-year-old plus global travel company, where anything in this direct marketing, in the direct sales industry dealing with travel has either come through Extreme or started because of Extreme. Very well documented company. And then he went and grabbed Mr. Peter Hirsch, our chief giving officer, right? He is the chief giving officer of the Boom Foundation, corporate attorney, right? Has a very, very well established children books. Very well known author. See, guys, what he did, he assembled a leadership team that would help carry this company to the greatest levels, right? Our team created a concept to make the future of business easier. See, they went out and grabbed a technology, right? They went and grabbed something that would make things easier for the average rep, right? They went and grabbed and put together the PRIB. The PRIB is a perpetual residual income builder, right? The PRIB is simply to iBoomerang what Siri is to Apple, right? What Google Voice is to Google. What Bixby is to Android. Yeah, Android. Well, Bixby is Android. See, I don't use those things. I'm an Apple man all day. But simply what the PRIB does is it's a technology, data analytics, where the PRIB is going to assist you doing all the mundane things, right? It's going to help you with everything that you have problems with. It's going to help you with your customers, right? It's going to do the follow-up, the upselling, the cross-selling. It's going to help you with your team, right? You get welcome orientations, trainings, upgrades, events, and retention. See, the PRIB is doing what people have struggled to do for themselves. The PRIB is going to help you with your organization, organize it, and make everything a better place, right? So definitely our PRIB is going to change your life. See, what iBoomerang did on our first vertical in the PRIB, they went and grabbed a travel membership, right? Something that we've created over 500,000 customers in the first 12 months. And the front door to our PRIB is a travel membership. Guys, because what we know is that people travel and they do a lot of travel, right? So what I'm going to show you is why travel, right? Travel is a $8 trillion industry, guys. Well, we know there's billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars booked every day. And what I know you're saying, hey, there's a pandemic going on right now. And I said, yeah, it is. But people not traveling. Yes, they are. They just may not be traveling the way you're used to, right? See, when they canceled those trips on the pandemic, those were trips that people booked a long time ago, right? So what they're doing now, they canceled the trips, but they rebooked them, right? And guess what they're doing now? They're booking, but trying to find the lowest price. But see, what I can tell you, that people have been capped up, and people that normally travel, they want to go. It's like having a can of soda or pop, depending on where you're from. What happens when you're packed in a can of soda or pop and you shake it, and you shake it, and you shake it, and then you pop the lid? See, it's just like being trapped in. You shaking. You pop the lid, guys. What I can tell you is soda or pop is gonna splash on the wall. It's gonna splash in front of you. It's gonna splash way away from you. It's just like travel. People are gonna go far. They're gonna go near. They're gonna go very far. They're gonna do exactly what it takes to get away. But the only thing they're gonna do right now is look for the best price. And I know you guys are professional. I know that you know where the best prices are. You've looked for them, right? So what sites did you go to? Did you go to bookingholdings.com or did you go to the Expedia group? Well, I know you said, no, I didn't go there. I went to bookings.com. I went to rentalcars.com. I went to Kayak. I went to Agoda. I went to Priceline. And I'm like, yeah, you did. And when you went to all those sites, did you ever wonder why the price is only $10 or $15 difference? Guys, those sites and 45 others are owned by the same two companies, right? Neither one of them are travel companies, right? Those companies are Booking Holdings or Expedia Group. And in 2018, over $190 billion were booked on just those two sites, those two companies, right? See, what they're doing, they're playing a game. And the reason that the prices are not that far from each other because they own all the sites. And they have an agreement with each other to keep the prices close to each other, right? They're $10 or $15 difference. So what iGo has done, they're not playing that game. See, they offer the same retail prices and the markups, but we offer the same inventory. The only difference is we don't do the markup. We pass the savings on to you. See, what type of savings are we talking about there? Guys, if you look at a New York 4-star, 4.5-star hotel, $339 per night on Expedia. On our iGo platform, $178 nightly, right? That's $161 in savings. Guys, there's more, right? Paris, France, on Travelocity, $440 per night. That's $130 nightly. Guys, but when you go to Paris, France, you're not going to stay for one night. You're going to stay at least 7 nights. So you're saving $310. You times that times 7. Guys, that's $2,170. Guys, how many of you could use additional $2,170 in Paris instead of paying for sleeping in Paris? If you like what I'm saying, let me see some 7s in the chat. Let me see some 7s in the chat. If you like those type of savings, let me see some 7s in the chat. Guys, it gets better. All right. How about rental cars? Go to rentalcar.com, right? The price, $392, right? You go to iGo, the same rental car place, the same car, everything the same, $221 nightly. Total, right? That's $171 savings total. All right. Guys, how many of you out there like credits, right? I like credits, right? You like reward credits because when you spend, that adds up and now you can use that to go purchase something else, right? So in our iGo platform, we have reward credits, right? Our reward credits, we get to save them and use them to book anything that the iGo platform offers, right? At the bottom, I'm going to show you some examples of reward credits. All right. Our first one, these are actual receipts that we have. The first one is a trip that was booked. The reservation was $450.14, right? The reward credits was $510, right? Guys, but the savings, $1,341.12. Whoa. If you like those type of savings and reward credits, let me see some sevens in the chat. Let me see some sevens in the chat, right? Next, another one, 624.77. The reward credits, $695. The savings, $316. Woo! Right? And our CEO, Mr. Holden Buggs, when the iGo platform came to him, said, hey, we want you to work with us. He said, hey, I don't believe that I can save what I can save. Well, Mr. Holden Buggs said, I'm going to try it out myself, right? He did a reservation, $1,348.94. Guys, listen to this. The reward credits was $1,687. But guys, the savings, $1,589. Wow. You cannot ask for a better savings than that. Guys, that's more than the U.S. stimulus checks, right? See, what we're doing, you're getting access to the 5-star lifestyle for 3-star prices. And you got the core services, right? You got the hotels, you got the rental cars, you got the cruises. You have all of that, the vacation weeks, the homes. We even offer flights as a courtesy, right? We can't guarantee the prices on those, but it's there for a courtesy. But then we offer additional lifestyle activity and rewards and savings. See, we have a wine club. We have gift cards, right? Ladies, how about that wine club? I'm gonna go back and say that. How about that wine club, right? Restaurant savings, shore excursions, theme parks. Guys, we got shopping rewards. We get to play golf, right? We got worldwide tours. See, we simply have everything you need in one iGo platform, right? So when you take that trip, you can just go get your shore excursion on your iGo platform, right? See, the question I want to ask you, you heard what boomerang means. Our question is, do you boomerang? And most of our reps say, yes, we boomerang, right? So when you boomerang, you're throwing out the goodwill, and the goodwill comes back to you. See, we throw our boomerangs out with smart codes, right? As well as we send codes. See, what the smart code, it generates a code, and you get a number to put in there to activate. It costs our people nothing. We share the iBoomerang, and they don't have to pay anything for it, right? And they get to activate the savings. And everyone that's activated, it feeds a malnourished child. It feeds a child, right? Every time we activate the boomerang, remember, we're giving out the goodwill, and it comes back. Let me show you the purpose of those boomerangs. See, the boomerangs gives our customers access to our travel saving bonuses, right? See, if you look at the first screen, we save 41%, right? When we share a boomerang, our customers save 50% of what we save. So they will save 20%, right? If you look at the total with tax, it's a vacation week in Cancun, $621. Our customer pays $834, which saves them $212, which was the total savings was $420 for us, but $212 for them. And I know you say, hey, there's some more money out there. What happened to the money that we would have saved? Well, glad you asked. Mr. Holden Buzz has negotiated something exclusive for iBoomerang with iGo, all right? Where 50% is paid to refer an ambassador as a direct travel saving bonus. So we save them people $212. The other half of that $212 comes back to us as a travel saving bonus. So you get $106 for doing the goodwill of helping someone save. Anybody see anything against that, right? How many of you believe that you have customers that wouldn't mind saving half of what you save, right? They shouldn't be mad if they save $5. It's $5 that they didn't have to spend, right? See, let me show you how many of you out there know 10 people that may want that same savings. Well, let me show you. If you share this with 10 customers, it's called our customer acquisition program, right? If you help 10 people share Boomerang and they save an average of $600, you saw the savings that we saved. But let's just say on the low end, they save $600. They take one trip that year, each one of them. Guys, that would create a total annual savings of $6,000. And remember, 50% of that total saving comes to you. The travel saving bonus, $3,000. 50% of that comes to you cash. How many of you could use an additional $3,000, right? See, now I want to go to our next vertical, because when we launched our business in Vegas, we were able to purchase a rideshare company, right? Because one of the fastest growing segments of the travel industry is the drive share industry, right? And this has become another vertical of our PRIA. See, we know about the ride share industry. So what we want to do is introduce you to our vibe, right? The drive share industry services are not available in all markets as of yet, right? Currently, we're in Texas and Florida, but willing to grow globally, right? See, what makes us different is we give the premium services people pay for with limousines and different things like that. We give it to our customers on the Vibe Ride, right? They get, to decide if they feel like talking, right? If they want it at a certain temperature, right? If they want it, what type of music they would like to listen to. And then we have our girl power, right? The girl power is a safety feature where if you're a driver and you don't want to go pick up a lot of men at the end of the night so you can, have a peaceful night, you can hit girl power and all of the selectors, the ladies that need a ride. And if you're a woman and you and your girls, you're feeling a little bit fancy at night, right? Late at night, and you don't want someone, kind of harassing and hitting on you, you hit girl power and only women riders pick you up. See, that's our vibe, right? We get to choose our vibe. But the thing that makes Vibe Ride stands out is our D3. You have 3 ways you can earn in our drive share industry with Vibe Ride. See, you can earn when you drive, right? You can earn when others drive. Guys, you can earn when customers ride. So there's multiple ways, and it's one vertical that everyone can earn. See, one thing I can tell you about our Vibe Ride, most rideshare companies only pay 50 to 55%. Once you achieve, activate, and really, do your first 50 rides, you'll be earning 75% of the payout, right? 75% instead of 50 or 55. See, our drive share industry is everything. See, what I want to show you, if you're a person that refers some drivers, we're looking for drivers, right? Let's say you refer 10 drivers, right? And the average driver is doing 20 rides a day or whatever, right? So those 10 drivers earn fares of $50,000 a year, right? That's a total of $500K that you would get a part of, right? You would get 3% of that $500K from them 10 drivers. That's just 10 drivers, right? You will earn over $15,000 that year from just sharing it with 10 drivers. You can do the math and add up. What if you share more, right? What if you share more? Just do the math. Now, let me show you what happens when you refer riders, right? Just say you refer 10 riders, right? And each one of those riders, to get a free ride, they got 5 customers to do the same thing. Guys, that becomes 50 customers. And then what if they duplicate the same process, right? That becomes 250 riders in a year's time, right? And if you add that up, the average rider is doing $50 per ride, right? Per month. Guys, that's over $15,500 in every month that you will earn for referring a rider, right? Guys, that's over $465 per month. And that could equal $5,580 per year, right? on the average. On the average. Guys, see, Vibe Ride simply gives you the best solution. See, we have more ways to get paid also, guys. And this is our dual team builder, right? It's our direct sales builder where we get to earn up to 15% on all membership packs, commissionable volume. So as this business grows, you get to earn weekly, right, on the lesser volume that this industry is growing at. So you get the benefit off the growth of the organization of this company. Because when I tell you we're growing really fast, now you get to earn off of the weekly things that happen. All right. See, the question I know you're asking is, how do I get started? Well, guys, you simply have to pick out our standby pack, right, to get a chance to pick out one of our business packs, right? The standby pack is $49.95. You get a wholesale starter kit. You get 1 Boomerang customer site. You get 5 boomerangs to send. You get 25% of direct travel saving bonus. You get 25% of the referral commissions, right? You get an I Decide interactive presentation, which you share with your friends. And you get an online business management system. But the best thing you get out of getting this standby starter kit is you get to select one of your membership packs. And each one of our membership packs, this is a business model, right? Where you have a monthly overhead of $99.95 per month, right? And you get to pick one of these packs, all right? They got coach class, business class, and first class. All right, so I'm gonna break them down to you. Our coach class comes in at a total of $299.95, including the standby pack, right? You get an iGo booking engine, you get hotels and flights and rentals. You get 10 boomerangs, and you get 50% of the direct travel saving bonus, right? You get up to 10% on the weekly binary dual team bonus, right? You get the Prib and you get the Vibe Rides all included on every package, right? So let me explain the coach class. That is really an entry-level package. It's the least paying out of all other packages. So let me help you. So let's say with the coach class, you help a customer save $100, right? Your normal payout on normally would be 50% of that, which is $50. On the coach class, you get 50% of the 50%, so you get $25. See, it's only a place, if your money would not let you get anything else, that's where you start. But the business class packs offer you a few more options, right? The business class comes with everything that the coach class has, but it adds cruises on. You get 25 boomerangs, right? You get 100% of the savings, but you get up to 12% on the weekly dual team bonuses, right? You get the Prib and you get the Vibe Ride. Comes at a total of $549.95. And then our flagship, right, is our first class pack. It's our highest paying position that you can buy into, right? Our first class pack comes with the hotels, flights, rental cars, cruises, homes, weeks, marketplace, lifestyle, and timeshare access, right? You get 50 boomerangs. You get 100% of the travel saving distance. And during this first 30 days, you get up to 20% of the dual team weekly payout. After the first 30 days, it's 15. And you get access to the Prib and the Vibe Rides. Guys, it comes to a total of $1,049, and you have the first class access. You have the top paying part of our business, right? Now, I'm going to tell you one thing about the first class access. If you look on there and you see homes and weeks, you see the other ones that are not included in that. See, when we share a boomerang with our customer, they get access to the homes and weeks, right? So let's say a customer go on there and they save $600 for a vacation week in Cancun, right? That payout would be $300, right? But business and coach class don't have the vacation weeks. So it only pays out the person that has a first class with that vacation week. So it would go to the next person that has first class. See, guys, that's why it's important that you Make sure you treat yourself the best you can treat you. Don't treat someone else better than you treat yourself. If you're working for someone and you can afford first class, don't cheat yourself. Get first class. See, what I want to tell you is we're making history in IBoomerang, right? And you don't have to do the research because the research has been done. The third largest city in America named Erling and Houghton Bugs Day on February 23rd. So you think they would add these people on their day if the research hasn't been done? See, we're breaking records. We're doing major things in IBoomerang. See, and these are just the documentations where I'm showing you. In April the 3rd, 2020, this was written by A Business from Home. And you can go look. We were the #1 fastest growing business in 2019, right? On rankingsmlm.com, 5 MLM companies to get involved in during this crisis, right? IBoomerang #1. So what I want you to do is text the person with one of the following numbers. Text them #1, thank you, I am ready to get started. Text them #2, love the information, I have some questions. Do it right now, guys. Do it right now because we want you to work with us on our team in IBoomerang. And on the behalf of my partners in IBoomerang, I want to say welcome to your future, your booming future, where we throwing you the boomerang. On the behalf of them all, I am Emerald Ambassador Ronell Sylvester, and I want to bid you all a good day, good night, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Boom.